Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant. We're going to take a look at Last Call starring Jeremy Piven, uh, Tarnya Manning, and Bruce Dern. Jamie Kennedy's in it. It's an IFC film, so this is sort of like a... I'm hesitant to call it a low-budget movie. It's a low-budget movie by Hollywood standards. So it's a Hollywood low-budget movie, meaning that, the actors probably have more at stake in the movie. They probably didn't get paid their top rate, and this was organized in such a way that they could knock it out in a few weeks and be done. But this stars Jeremy Piven as a guy who's made it, goes back to his roots in, I assume this is Boston. It feels like Boston, or a Boston-like area full of Irish working Joes. And he goes back to a place called The Bucket, where, he grew up in this place. The Bucket's not the name of the town. It's the name of the bar that he and his friends hang out in. And he reconnects with a lost love of his, girl he knew in school. And he's come back to deal with his friends. There's Jamie Kennedy there. And they've been basically drinking in the bar since 1997. And he went on to become a big success. Well, now they are, let's find it. Oh, they're building a casino in his neighborhood, or they want to. And his job, he gets contacted by a guy. He's got to collect signatures from the neighborhood to get enough people to approve it. But, he thinks it's going to save the neighborhood, and he knows everybody there. There's a woman who's kind of low moral standing. He thinks he's going to save the neighborhood, but it's going to change it too. And his friends, and I believe that's his dad, probably. They're very wary of this change, obviously. And here's his friend getting drunk and waking up in a police car. So it's got some funny moments in it. So it's very sort of working class kind of movie. Maybe this is his dad. I don't know. He's working on a boat here. They end up in the boat later. There's a lot of characters here. So it's a light comedy movie. It's going to be fun, and it's going to have a story. It's grounded in reality. It's not going to be like an Airplane, but it's going to be the kind of comedy. This is about as funny as you can get these days. This is about as crazy as it gets because it's grounded in reality. It's going to be, this is the bar. It looks very much like a house. These are his friends kidnapping him for a road trip. This is a funny bit. I guess they revived, this is probably the end of the movie, they revived the bar, and he says, we have a 3-stain maximum. So you can't come in if you've got more than 3 stains on your shirt, which I thought was kind of funny. And then this is the Bruce Dern hooking up with this young chick. So it's, and then of course, this is, he was in The Sopranos, I think. So it's about him reconnecting with his roots, and he probably has to make a decision. Does he, help with the casino, or does he say, F you, we're going to revive the neighborhood without it? And I think we kind of know the deal here, because right here is the scene in the trailer where he's like, I don't know about this. Oh, you're just supposed to get signatures. So, and there he is drinking with his buddies and, realizing what's really important in life kind of thing. So, and there's, I'm going to the bucket. See, that's his friend's bar. And I guess, that looks like, is that a football field of some kind? Yeah, sure it is. So here's where he says, you guys have been shellacked since 1997. And there they are drinking and laughing, having a good time. So it's called Last Call. And you got a little 4-leaf clover there. So it's Irish American type movie. Let's see. Screenplay by Paladi? I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation. And Greg Linko, directed by Paolo Pilati, I think it is. based on a story by Greg Linko and Michael Bond and Billy Riley. Oh, a lot of people worked on this story. So maybe it was these friends who got together and made this movie. It seems to be well financed if you have this many names in it, and that's a good maneuver. I mean, it's co-produced by Jeremy Piven and Tanya Manning and Zach McGowan. Is he one of the cast? Yeah, he's one of the cast too. Not sure which one he is. But this feels like a movie where they called in all the favors, and then that's how they get Bruce Dern in the mix. So this is an IFC thing. There's a lot of people involved in this movie. So I think it looks decent. I think at the very least it'll be an amusing movie. I don't think it's going to be laugh out loud funny. I think it's going to be, solid. I think it's just going to be a very solid movie. First act, he comes home, place is a little run down. He's feeling a little bit of high and mighty, reconnecting with his dad and his friends, and you left the neighborhood kind of thing. And he either connects with or already has connected with a guy who's building the casino. And that guy wants him because he's a success, I guess. I don't know what his business he's in. I assume it's some sort of venture thing. He recruits him like, hey, man, help me get this casino off the ground. Help me get the neighborhood to give us the permission to have the casino. And he, seeing the condition of his old neighborhood, says to himself, man, this place is a dump. This would really revive the place and give all my friends jobs. So, yeah, I'm on board. I'm going to get these signatures. So then the second act is him, getting the signatures and kind of rediscovering his own neighborhood as he walks around and knocks on doors and reconnects with old classmates and stuff. And then you have that scene where, this girl he knew walks out and it's like the walk of shame. So he knows she just had sex with some guy and he's like, call me. So that's kind of funny. I mean, it's Jeremy Piven can pull that kind of stuff off. And so as he's doing that, he realizes that there's some resistance. And his friends and the neighborhood people eventually start to say to him, hey, this is not going to be a good thing for the neighborhood. It's going to change everything. Most of us won't even be able to afford to live here. And, we're not going to be able to get those jobs. It'll be other people who will get them. People from the outside, and it'll change everything. It'll ruin the neighborhood. And he's at first like, no, it's going to be great. But as he reconnects with his roots, he realizes that they're right. And right around the end of the second act, he probably has that transformation where he's like, he's pulled in one way, he's not sure, and that he promised he's going to make a lot of money. And he probably has a big dramatic scene around that time where somebody says, oh, you're just all about the money. No, it's not about the money. I'm doing it for you guys. But, he comes to realize, like, yeah, I can't do this. And the third act is about them, he turns it down and maybe he has to help do something against the casino so it won't be built at all. And then he helps revive the Bucket, their favorite bar, and it probably ends in a very wholesome, positive way. The casino doesn't get built, and he put some money into the Bucket, and now maybe they're going to have, they're going to revive the neighborhood the way it was, make it a good place to live and raise your kids kind of thing. So, yeah, I could be all on board with a wholesome movie like this. Again, it's probably a low-budget endeavor for Hollywood, so it's probably only like a $10 million movie, something like that. I'm not sure. I guess it's going to be on IFC, would be my guess. Yeah, probably be on IFC is the place I would look for it. Otherwise, it'll probably get some release on digital in some places. Maybe a art house release in major cities. Generally, these movies don't get wide release unless they, have legs or they win a bunch of awards. Probably they're going to take it to places like, it used to be like Sundance, but Sundance is a little more high and mighty now. So take it to some film festivals, maybe win some awards, try to get the buzz going. Yeah, and maybe, who knows? I mean, if this really goes well, it could be an Oscar contender. I don't know. Generally, a movie like this doesn't fall in that category, but it's kind of like right on the cusp of something. If it has a real good dramatic moment, and there seems to be a lot of cool characters and fun actors in it, so I would give it a chance. It's called Last Call, coming sometime this year.